Ugh. I need a drink of water. Oh my goodness. Let me just take a moment. Hey baby, you want some water? Want some water? Good boy. Good boy. Drink or hit the hydration station, baby. Good boy. Good boy. Is you thirsty? You got a big old thing of water over there. You good? Okay. Huh, I forgot I did that. There we go. Is that Luna back there clowning around? I bet it is. I bet she's doing her little roll. She does it like at the same time every night. I'll hear her and she'll be like, "Arf, arf!" All excited, getting all fist fidgety. You're a good girl. You're a pretty lady. You're a pretty lady. You're a pretty girl. Pretty girl flip flop. Yeah. All right. Let's go do this. Let's do this. Okay. Hello. I've been weepy all day. Welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. And as I said already, I've been weepy all day. I don't like it. My body hurts. I have a lot of physical pain. And then I get to override that physical pain with telling myself, you're okay, you're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. You know? For the most part. Gotta make a vet appointment for Tuck. He's starting to get that patch from one of his teeth. So I'm not going to look in his mouth. I'm just going to call the veterinarian, pray to God, and take him to the vet. You don't like the lights tonight, huh? Yeah. He's gotten more sensitive too, so. Anyway, love him while you got him. That's all you can do, man. And it was like, I noticed it right after Sassy, and I was like, I just need to breathe for a minute, catch my breath. So, I've been triggered all day. I should have just had I should have had a media blackout, and I didn't. So I just seeing the bullshit play out the way it's just hard for me to live on this planet with it's just so opposite of my belief systems. It's just weird, and I know it's staged, but just like my body, I know that I'm safe and secure where I am today, right here, right now. But when my body hurts, it remembers, oh yeah, this, you can't ignore your pelvic pain and stuff like that. Stuff like, when you're walking, you're constantly reminded of stuff that you don't have control over, all the while stepping into that power to keep telling your truth, and I live in New Mexico, and God, I swear, I'm so tired of freaking retarded politicians, man. They're just so stupid. They're just not smart people. They're just not. They're just not. They're in their seats because of who their relatives have been. Like, you know, they all go to colleges, they're all friends, they're all buddies. And I read an article in the Taos. I live in a town called Taos, New Mexico, and they put out the budget for the year, and like they put the least amount of money out of all the money. They put the least into affordable housing, and there are people in a bad way all over here. There's people in a bad way all over this freaking planet, but because there's so many people that are becoming so rich. I mean, it may almost, as an empath, I was nauseous all day when I'd see these people in the stadium paying homage just as the gladiators did. Same thing. The Romans believing in their gods. Control, power, might is right, all that shit. All of it, all of it. You see all those people without, you know, having a good old time, egos, don't you know who I am, that reel with that dipshit freaking basketball player. I can't stand any of them, man. None of them. And they're just all think they're the center of the universe. And it's just like, you take them out of their element and put them in a situation where they have to save their own ass. 9 times out of 10, they couldn't. Good boy. You want me to turn off that light too? I will. I'll do it for you right now, Todd. I just don't think he wants me to be upset. I'm just trying not to be. I have 4 emotional support dogs. Service dogs, whatever. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Here's a good dog. I love you so much. You want me to slow down the blink, buddy? Would that help? Slow down the transition. It's just the level of nonsense is becoming insurmountable. It really is. And then they extended the freaking mandate in this stupid freaking state that I live in, because the governor is a fucktard. She's an idiot. And I would say that to her, that's the thing, is I would say that to her face, give the opportunity. And they know that. They know that. They know they suck. That's why you will never get to them. You will never get to their politicians are unreachable. And these elections, they're all shit. They're all fucking shit. You know, I could not go in anywhere and run for election, because evidently I don't have the right blood in me. So I just kind of transmuted energy all day long. Just, you know, this too shall pass, Marge. It's just all... My brother said, I remember 2008 calling him, because he's a lawyer, he's a JAG. Army JAG. I don't know, he's probably at least a lieutenant colonel by now. Shit. Since 1989. Playing the game. He's not playing the real game. He's playing the minor leagues and like the National Guard or reserves or what the fuck ever. I don't know. It's all bullshit, man. It's all a bros club. It's all a bros club. That's how I know how these people are, is because I'm related to them. One, highly programmed, highly integrated into the system all the way. And I don't act right. I don't fall in line. So I was sacrificed. So was Mom. See, people don't have to be freaking, you know, hung at an altar and stuff like that to be sacrificed. They can just be neglected. Yeah, it's easy. Just don't help people. It happens every day all over the place. We wouldn't be living as comfortably if as we do if it weren't for two people that have been consistently, diligently, generously been looking out for me and Mom. Yeah. Because that's how it works. You step out into your faith, and God makes sure the universe lines some stuff up to make sure you're going to be okay. You know, but I just get tired. I get so tired. Because a lot of stuff hurts. Physically, emotionally, you know. And the VA clinic here, there's a clinic right here, like 2 miles from where I live. It's been closed for longer than I've been here. But people still go inside and they go to work every day, and I don't know what the hell they do, but they're still getting paid their $3, $4, $5 a month. So it's a trip. It's just it's basic. Well, the way I look at the planet right now, there's two polar frequencies, and there's one which is a frequency of freedom that just wants to freaking spark, and there's this other that is the frequency of control and domination, and it is flexing. It's flexing hard. I'm sorry for the Canadians. You have a little fucktard too. There's little fucktards everywhere. These little bitches that, because of the blood that they have in their veins, they get to go around being the little bitches that they are. And this is the world we get. And, you know, people are compliant. So, until, you know, hands are tied. All the hands are tied. People are compliant. It makes it harder for people like me. I was given a notion about ADHD, and I was like, ADHD, I've never really read about it and stuff like that, and people said I identify with characteristics that people that have and I'm like, oh. Look, this is my interpretation of what, basically not reading ever a book or literature about ADHD much, is that there are people in this world that can think about 6, 7 things at one time. Yep. And then there are people that are linear thinkers that can only think of one thing at one time. They can only do one thing at one time. That's it. Linear thinkers, that's it. There's a place in this world for everybody. And all the people and all, you know, even the control freaks. Okay? They just need to come back a little bit more into balance, into their spirit, because they got a little too egocentric. A little too much in their ego. Outside stuff. Money, property, prestige, man. I seeing all those Crystal Time did put her deal out on it, and I try to listen to it. I'll have to listen to it again later. But she's one of my favorite interpreters of how she sees things and how they're playing out. And she talks about like Ingle and what an Ingle is. or like she breaks down the name of, like, because even the place of which it was played and stuff like that, and there's just a lot of darkness related to it. And $35,000 a seat, you know, and these kids are there, you know, families of 8, you know, these people getting these box seats, and it's just like, why are there people without resources? I'm gonna stop calling them homeless. They are people that lack the ability to get to the resources that they need, because there's plenty of resources. But see, there's people who have been traveling that have been homeless. How many of them are gonna freaking have a birth certificate? And then it's like, get a driver's license. Well, you need a birth certificate or a bill. They're homeless. It's just all these systems are made to not help people. They're not designed to help people. And it's terribly hurtful when you're in a few of those demographics of the people that could use the help. And I'm smart. It's not like I'm a dummy. Like, the automated, they're designed not to talk to people, because people in New Mexico, and I can only speak on New Mexico. When I lived in Oregon, I spoke on Oregon. I didn't do videos when I lived in Nebraska. But people in New Mexico are fucking lazy. And you can tell by their physical appearance and how much they've let themselves go. So if they get insulted, it's on them, because they're the ones that let themselves go. They're the ones that don't do the work. They're the ones that just sit in an office and hide behind emails and phone and automated, while hundreds of people in your county, thousands maybe, are slipping through the cracks. But you don't care, because all your needs are met. And maybe they should have made better choices. Well, you know what? I made a lot of good choices. Well, I thought they were good at the time. Now, I did everything. I set it up. I knew me and Mom were going to be together for all time. I knew it. Even though everybody in my life, everybody around me, nobody ever once one person said taking care of your mom is all that matters. Everybody else is like, you're young, you deserve to have a life, all this stuff. And people, evidently, they don't know me well enough to know that if I did that, I could not live with myself. I would probably drink myself to death. She came into this world, they put her in an orphanage, they used her, they freaking mutilated her body her whole life. When I was born, they sterilized her without permission. She just always kept her mouth closed. She kept her mouth closed, and I will speak for every woman who has had something happen to them without their permission. You guys are on your own. What did she get? Less than $750 a month. If it wasn't for me, she would not be here. And my brother, the successful guy, he doesn't care. When we left Oregon, he's like, so Marge, how long do you think she's gonna live? I just don't even recognize people. They have no spirit. There's nothing, there's no soul in there. It's just all earth-bound shit. Especially those successful types. So, how long have I been running my mouth? 18 minutes. Anyway, maybe it's my roots, maybe it's my ancestors that are all lining up, that are giving me the strength every day to go on. I have nothing but I have no legacy. I have no children. I wasn't even allowed to send my nieces flowers today because I'm not allowed to know where they live. I'm trying to not let all of these obviously seemingly negative things not impact me in a negative way. And I've been doing it for a long time. I think that things would be better if I had friends in real life. I don't have a lot. I don't have any in real life friends. And I'm used to fellowship. And then when I moved to Oregon, I realized that that's all it was, is that fellowship stops right there, that those people were not really my friend. Not many of them, not as many as I thought. And then I was like, Marge, you might need to hone in on your bullshit radar skills. But you know what? A lot of them, I was like, they don't like me very much. Oh no, they like you. They talk about you. They think you're great. And I'm like, nah. You know, and then come to find out those are the first ones that like unfriended me and stuff like and just started talking shit and stuff like that. Instead of coming to me, you know, keep talking in your little circles. Yes, but if I ever go back to Omaha, I bet there's a lot of people that won't fucking look at me in the eye. Yep. Bet there won't be a lot. Bet there'll be a few, but you know, nothing's not all. Nothing's 100%. Anyway, just when you see, that's why the older you get, if you get a chance to get older on this planet, it's a trip, man. It's like I think I learned stuff, and then it's like stuff I learned just flops and evolves and changes, and it's a trip, man. You think you know stuff, but I'm always eager to learn. I'm excited about learning about stuff. I just don't want to be told what I have to be, what I gotta learn. That's why I hated school and stuff like that. But I'm like, well, that's all ADHD is people think that, you know, they can think of more than one thing at one time and do, you know, multitask, and there's people that don't. So you got a group of people that can only study, read a book, write a paper, do one thing at one time, making up labels about people that could do stuff that, because, you know, they're, you know, maybe they feel like they're better than them. So you give them stupid bullshit freaking labels like ADHD and stuff like that. That whole alphabet soup. I always feel better after I see, these are so therapeutic for me. You know, I do kind of remiss, you know, one person relating to another, that heart space. It's one of the so I'm related to other people, and people might not watch my lives, but you know, they my videos have a way of finding people that need them, just like, you know, like attracts like. So, how are you doing, Mom? I hope you're better than me. Tucker's comfortable. I mean, he's eating and everything. I just got to be proactive and getting on top of it. Because people don't consider. Gosh, I just know too much, and I'm just like, because of life experience, and I'm just like, you know, be in the present moment. It's okay. Just call tomorrow and make an appointment at the veterinary and take the next right action. That's all you can do. I've been afraid of so much stuff my whole entire life, and I dig that little sign that says you made it through every bad day you've ever had. I've had a lot. Ready for more good days, man. I'm ready for a lot more. I think it's not just me. A lot of people are ready for a lot more. I'm just so tired of the hypocrisy, man. Oh, so many fallacies. So many fallacies all over the place. Red herring fallacies. Look at just... Oh my God. They're just everywhere. It's getting crazy. This is what we've been geared. This is why I started making videos almost 5 years ago, to preface this period in time as to what's happening now. And I'm so grateful that I understand and recognize and appreciate that energy flows, and that people don't stay in it. You get reprieves. We get reprieves in life. We do. We get reprieves. Thank you. That's a pretty cool thing to read. That's cool. I'm pretty internet savvy. Yeah. So if you ever have any questions, you can email me. Or just write them in the comments, even. Writing them in the comments is fine. I know a lot of tricks of the trade. I'll keep you from keeping your stuff off of Geek Squad. What's incidentally, when you take your... do they still have that, Best Buy? They used to. I overheard a conversation at an airport once. I was standing next to these people at the luggage rack, and this guy was like, I took my computer, and I'm an IT, I'm tech support. I'm all things support. I'm here for support. Woo woo. And, this guy's like, it cost me, and this was back in, like, I don't know, 2010 or something. This was years ago, like 12 years ago. He's 10 years ago. 12. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so and he was like, yeah, I took my laptop to Best Buy, and the Geek Squad charged him like almost $400 because he had viruses and malicious. Because people make bad choices. They click on shit you shouldn't click on, and it's all right. It's just a brief conversation, education. People stop doing that stuff, but I don't know. Maybe not. Depends on the person, their planetary alignments. Who knows? But he was I need eye drops. What was I talking about? Oh, and I was thinking, and then I've talked to people in IT I've worked with that have worked at Best Buy, and all they do literally is they have a recovery disc, it's generic, it's not, and they run a scan, and that's it, and if they can't get rid of it, they'll tell you, oh, you just need a new hard drive. It's just, people are lazy. So when I'm going by the 50.1%. Anything more than that, we're tipping the scales at the world being more greedy than there are more generous people. We're tipping at the scales, way tipping in the scales of people in fear more than people in faith right now. Way. I can feel that in the collective energy, that is for sure. I heard you, Tango. You're not going outside. Not this close to the full moon and Lupercalia bullshit. We're in prime freaking critter people freaking sacrificing neighborhood. People go missing here. I never lived in a place where they had so many Amber Alerts. Never. Actually, we haven't had one in a little while, but there was a period right there. I'm like, Jesus, another one? What the heck? People are a business. And other people are figuring it out. People are, in fact, a business. Hi, Fifth World. People are just a commodity. They're just... How many people are finally hearing stories, and it's coming across your news feed that they actually make diamonds out of human beings? Cremations and... What? It's the same principles as high pressure. Ash, same principles as coal and high pressure. It's just synthetic. Look how many freaking diamonds, these, Super Bowl rings. Diamonds on the Pope. Diamonds everywhere. Where do they get all these diamonds at? Yep. I was talking to I went down and had my medical cannabis card renewal. Even though, I don't know, I go back and forth. I'll probably go through a period for a while that I'll just abstain. And I do that. And she and I were having a conversation. I'm getting hot, so I gotta take off my sweatshirt. Although, even though I'm not even getting a hot flash, I think my hot flashes have subsided. Which kind of goes with my theory that they happen when people go through something stressful and at the end of your life, people get stressed out, they eat crappy, your body wears down, I think that's what freaking hot flashes are. It's just like a warning sign that you need to take better care of yourself. And I slowed down. I did it. I slowed down, and whenever I started getting upset, I'd go in and I'd lift weights. I haven't felt like it yesterday and today, so I didn't. I think maybe I did a set, but I just I just allow, and just try not. I was walking the dog and I was like, God, why am I having all these alcohol because all these people are drinking. It's a collective crate. It's like, I don't want to drink, man. I don't want the consequences that happen when I drink. I don't want any of it. I want nothing to do with it. I do like the oblivion, though. I do. It's like being, for me, getting faded is like being awake during dream state. But I do that all night long anyway. So I'm a lucid dreamer. So, and it takes away the pain. That's what it does. That's why so many people drink and throw their lives away on alcohol. Every day, every year. People are always dying of alcohol-related something or other. And I don't want to be one of them. It's easy. It's easy for me to be one of them, Tango. I don't want to be one of them. It's true. There's two of the little outside cats that come in. No, you're not going out. I'm not letting you out. Nope. You can be mad at me all night long. Here, I'll close the window. I'm not letting you. No, I'm not doing it. I like you. I show you to the people. Remember when you're such a little bitch? Little babies. This is a Tango. He wants to go outside. And they're not letting him. And he will be mad about it. And emotions. And deep of the oceans. There's too many tomcats and stuff outside too. I don't want him to get killed. Man, I've learned a lot in the last year watching just like the cat what do you call it, culture, you know. And then I was talking to a guy at the coffee shop who gave me a number of a woman that I'm gonna get a hold of to get them neutered and spayed and stuff so they stop procreating. I'm for spay and neutering pets. I'm not a fan of breeders. Nope, none of that. There's no reputable breeder. It's the freaking sex trade for animals as far as I'm concerned. And people profiting from that, no. And especially when they have like 5, 6, it gets gross. Well, see, it's that control. It's the control. It goes back to, I want what I want, so I'm going to make this dog be my puppy mill. See, Tucker came from a puppy mill, so I'm particularly, you know. I was thinking about that today. I was like, Marge, what do you think you would be like if you... Because I've always been coherent because of my past and my history of being part and seeing so much of the grossness of society. So I've never known this freaking fairy tale reality of what these other people are living in. That, you know, where everybody cares and loves for this kumbaya shit. I don't know what that's all about. But maybe it's out there and I just haven't tapped into it, but I haven't had a lot of freaking prime examples of how to either. Because, God, everything's clicky, man. Everything is clicky. Everything is clicky. And I don't fit into groups. That's why I don't align myself with any group, denomination, politic, sect, religion. I did get that useful tidbit out of my experience and around the rooms. But people are just, if you're in, you're in. If you're out, you're out. There's a lot to that. So, we've always kind of been on the outside looking in, though. Wouldn't you say, Ma?
Yeah.
I'd say so, too. I remember I dated this chick one time, and we dated on around Christmas. And, like, I had my roommate, who later slept with her, by the way, freaking go shopping with her and then, like, pay attention to stuff that she picked up, that she looked at for herself. And then I went and I bought, like, everything that she wanted. And then, or just had her take her shot to see what, yeah. And so, she she lived there in Omaha and her family lived there. And instead of taking me, her girlfriend, to her family's house for Christmas, she took her ex-boyfriend because he didn't have any place to go. And I was like, well, neither do I, you know? But that's just like the shit that I've put up with in life, that I've tolerated from people just to have people in my life. You know, so what that's done, the older you get, is like, you know, I'm not willing to put up with just tolerating just bullshit from people. When I started to talk about a minute ago about when I was at getting my license medical card license redone or whatever, I was like, I've lived in a lot of places, but I've never seen the lack of accountability like I've seen it in this state, ever. It's like nobody wants to do anything. There's no accountability. People like don't show up when they say they do. Everything is so. I think they call it Taos time. I call this the Taos ticket to freedom. You know, I was telling the lady, I say, you know, I get triggered by everything. I'm not on a bunch of medication. I get, you know, and I just talk shit. I'm not violent. I'm anti-violence. I could do the cartoon pictures in my head of like a watermelon bashing over somebody's head. I'm not a violent person. I don't put my hands on people in anger. I don't put my hands on people out of love. I ask people permission if I can hug them. Because I know I don't always like to be touched. So I just talk a lot of shit. But see, you talk shit and people that identify with the shit that you're talking about, and they're in a position of power or authority or whatever they fucking tell themselves, you know, they always try to do something to put me in my place. And I told the lady, I was like, you know, I get triggered. Because it's like going down to like any office in the city hall and stuff like that. You can't go inside without wearing a mask. And New Mexico Citizen just does videos about it. And like sheriffs come up and talk to him. And I said, I will go off. If a fucking fat man comes up to me, I will start explaining to him how I understand that the police are the second lowest test scores in the military entrance exam. They do a small stint and then go back to their bro club. And then then look at you people. They're all fucking. I think maybe 80% are out of standards. I think maybe 20%, maybe 10%, 15%. Just from all the police and sheriff personnel that I've seen in this local community, they are all grossly obese. That means we're paying for their medical care when they start having heart attacks and well, I guess we don't have to worry about their pension. So go ahead as you were. Maybe all that money that they're siphoning out of the community will go back into the community after their freaking arteries clog up from their freaking years of freaking Blake's burgers and chili burgers and shit. You know, without giving a crap about your physical well-being, you know. And then you get scared because you got so many secondary things, and then you make people do this, you know. It's Because I don't buy into that. Oh, but I started talking about how going downtown. Yeah, that's the thing. And I said, I get triggered. I say, hey, if anybody ever freaking calls the cops on me, don't send them a fat guy. I'll just tell dispatch, don't send a fat guy or gal. Don't send nobody fat. They'll go home and cry. They'll go home and eat more of their feelings. They will. Yep. I don't care no more. I got nothing to lose. I'm one of those. People are like, you're not nice. I'm like, dude, we're past nice. I was past nice at 10 months old when somebody took it upon himself to penetrate a 10-month-old baby when some man decided to do that. All the while growing up, my body knowing who people were. Like, I'd react to people and my body would respond to their vibrational, and it took me a while to catch up, and then I read the police report, and then I started putting stuff together. When I was 13, I read the police report. So it was kind of surreal. It took me a minute to figure out, oh God, that's me. You know? So So I don't know what kind of world everybody else is living